What is everybody, Republican here, and today I'm here for my third podcast. I'm here with William. How's it going?
Pretty good.
That's good. All right, so excuse me. So the debates last night, pretty good debates, right?
Pretty simple, yes, I would agree.
Much better than the Trump-Biden debates.
Absolutely. It was a lot more simple, a lot more intelligent.
That's because Joe Biden wasn't there.
Stop right there. Anyways.
Have you seen all those memes with like the fly on Mike Pence's head?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had a comment on one of my posts about the last night's debate, and it said the fly on Mike Pence's head made the whole night. Like everything else was absolutely stupid, but the fly, it just made the night. I kind of agree with you somewhat on that, even though Mike Pence had amazing comebacks.
Oh, Mike Pence was amazing. The Kamala Harris, she kept on avoiding a lot of the questions.
Yeah, I know. I don't think she answered a single question, honestly.
She answered she answered questions. Like, she answered a couple of them.
Okay.
But most of them she avoided.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
But the moderator was less biased, in my opinion, this time.
Oh, absolutely.
Chris Wallace, he was awful.
I was thinking Chris Wallace from Fox News. I thought he was like an A-OK guy. I thought he wouldn't be biased at all, but turns out he was actually against Trump.
Yeah. It's weird because the guy who
totally shot my expectation level down.
It's weird because the Fox News guy is one who's against Trump. That's just weird to me. But it's whatever.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I had someone walking in my room.
Mike Pence, I think he's great. I feel like Mike Pence would be a great president.
Absolutely. Like if Trump, if something happens to Trump that he can't rule it, or can't, well, not rule. That's a bad word. Be the president or whatever. Like he can't be that anymore. Like I would totally have Mike Pence.
Mm-hmm.
Be on it. That's for sure. I would totally do it. God, what is wrong with my phone? Anyways.
Alright. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff. I felt like the debates were kind of unfair a little bit because anytime you put a man against a woman, it's going to be kind of unfair because a woman can do something that a man cannot do.
Absolutely. The woman, especially if she's like a feminist, like Kamala is.
She could get away with anything she wants, pretty much.
Yeah. Dude, even though I looked at the times, how much speaking time there was, it was surprisingly equal, but it felt so totally not equal in some subjects than others.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my, I'm not sure if that's totally accurate, but anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Kamala Harris, if she raises her voice up against Mike Pence, it's like, oh, look how empowered she is. But if a man raises...
I know, that's probably what liberals are like.
But if Mike Pence were to raise his voice, they'd be like, what a misogynistic pig.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so unfair. Same thing with Donald Trump. They said the same thing about him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's insane. And then the whole... There's a lot of stuff that they answered there. Kamala Harris brought up the whole lie where Trump said that the military was losers and suckers.
Yeah, I did not personally research myself into that, but I feel like I probably should now that you said something about it, because I was originally going to, and then I was like, nah.
It didn't happen. Let's just say it didn't. It didn't happen.
Okay. It didn't
Because there are 4 people said it happened, unnamed, most likely weren't even there.
happen. Yeah.
The flight, what happened was that he was gonna go to France, and the flight got canceled because it was like thunderstorming, and you can't fly a plane when it's thunderstorming outside.
Right. Yeah.
But they turned that on him. This happened 2 years ago, by the way.
Right.
So, and they're bringing it up now, which is kind of annoying. And
just like the 2016 election, for crying out loud.
yeah.
Gosh.
Have you ever seen the video where it says Trump will not be president, and it's just a bunch of celebrities for 10 minutes saying Trump will not be president, and then at the end of it, it shows Donald Trump winning the election.
Oh my god.
You gotta see that video; it's hilarious.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Tom Hanks said it. Hillary, Nancy.
Oh yeah.
Nancy Pelosi,
Yeah.
at the point where Nancy Pelosi said this, she lost 6 elections in a row, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, going back to like Tom Hanks now, I know he originally like denounced like Trump like being president or whatever, but
Yep.
didn't he go on a separate video of like Black Jeopardy or something, and then donning like a "Make America Great Again" hat again? I'm like, what is up with that?
He's a bandwagon.
I know. I'm like, there's so many liberals that are bandwagon.
It's not a bad thing, though. I mean, I'd rather you be a Trump supporter than a lib.
It's just, but still, it's just kind of like contradicting almost. It's almost hilarious.
Yeah. It's just,
Yeah.
oh, it's crazy.
It's great. It's crazy, but it's great.
Alright, the riots were going on forever now. They've been, feels like forever.
Yeah.
Since
right.
May? It was like May
Yeah.
28th or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even April. Maybe like early April. I mean, not early, late April.
Maybe.
I'm not sure. Anyways.
I thought it was around May, but... And, you know, there's these protesters, it was rioters actually, who kicked down these people's fences, and there's like 30 of them. And these 2 homeowners came out with guns in their hands. Remember, have you seen?
Yes, I have seen
They were charged with a felony. The court case happened, and
oh my god.
up to my knowledge, I think they're in prison. They got their guns confiscated almost immediately after they did that. They were in the RNC, actually. They talked at the Republican National Committee.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying how they get all that crap. It's just like, are you kidding me?
So, I mean, do you have, like, a favorite quote, like, from that debate?
A quote?
Or a favorite quote or, like, favorite moment? I mean, besides the fly. Everybody loved the fly, but...
My favorite part was when Mike Pence said, I am pro-life and I will not apologize for it.
I'm pro-life and not apologize for it. I like that, but I also like, I'm pro-life and I will not apologize for it. You are entitled to your own opinion, but not your own facts. That
was savage. Or when Mike Pence was talking about what Joe Biden's administration is going to do with the COVID, he's like, man, it looks like a plagiarism to me.
Yeah, I know.
That was funny, alright.
I underlined that in my notes. I'm like, yes.
That was funny.
That was amazing.
That was hilarious. Mike Pence is a straight up savage, dude.
Oh my gosh, Mike Pence and President Trump, man, they are the duo. They are the comedic duo of America, but they're actually leaders instead of just random comedians. It's just awesome.
Yeah. It's crazy.
We need comic relief for politics.
Yeah.
We had it for Reagan. We now have it for Trump.
Yeah. Really though.
I know.
Reagan was pretty funny. Hold on, dude. One. Yeah, I just think that Mike Pence, like, looks like plagiarism. I think he's just so funny. Like, Ronald Reagan's socialism jokes are pretty funny, too.
Yeah, I know. Like, every once in a while I see a Ronald Reagan meme with like one of his famous quotes, like "missed me" when the balloon popped near his election.
Or, it's weird because Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump were, like, equivalent. Because, think about it, Ronald Reagan was an actor before he was president.
Right. Yeah.
And Donald Trump was, like, an actor of his own TV show. The only
Yeah.
difference is that Ronald Reagan was a governor, I think, of one of the states. I forgot which one.
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say like. Alabama, maybe.
Hold on. I
I
got
don't
it.
know.
Hold up.
I don't know. I don't know that far, but.
He was the governor of California from 1971 to 1975.
California. Oh, okay. Wow, that's way
That's
west.
off. Yep, just a little off.
Yeah, that's
Just 6,000 miles off, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's like 1,500 miles off.
Yeah, really. Yeah, but yeah, Ronald Reagan was funny.
Yeah, funny man.
Oh man, I just love their arguments in the debate.
Yes. Yes.
So you got anything you want to bring up? You want anything you got to bring up? You said
Yeah,
you brought
there was-
notes, so.
There was another funny moment for me, like when he like when Kamala Harris got on a big and huge rant about Trump administration not doing anything with foreign affairs, China.
That's a
Russia,
bunch of
all
that was crap.
all that, and then and then Pence comes in and is like, excuse me, but we have moved the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem. We have defeated ISIS. We have al-Baghdadi beheaded and captured and beheaded. And you're saying we're not doing absolutely anything for foreign affairs. I think that's bullcrap. Is basically what he said.
Pretty much.
I thought
that was funny.
That was.
I just don't understand why people vote for Biden. I don't know how you could vote for him. If you had a good VP, fine. I understand that, but he doesn't.
Right, he doesn't. Yeah. Like, literally, Kamala Harris is like a crazy liberal psychotic Karen. That's all what I can describe her as. Like, honestly.
Oh man, definitely.
It's what it is.
Definitely.
Like, that wasn't even me who described her as that though. Like, firstly, because my brother and I were talking about some politics or whatever, and then Ben says what I said. I'm like, you know what? You're right.
Who is Ben?
Ben, my brother. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Ben's my brother.
Okay. So, whole entire COVID situation. How do you think Trump handled it? Did you think he handled it well, bad? What do you think?
Absolutely. I think he's handled it well. Yeah, if it literally wasn't him and it was Joe Biden, just what Pence said, there would have been 2 million dead instead of what?
200,000.
20,000 or 200,000.
200,000 or something like that.
Yeah. So
and don't get it twisted. The COVID deaths have been spiked up too. The only criteria you have to meet to die from COVID is to have COVID at the time you died. What I mean by this is you could get shot in the head and they'll say it was a death by COVID.
Yeah.
So, are the COVID deaths really 200,000? I don't think so. I think it's a bunch of crap.
I think it might be. I think it might be reduced down to.
It's more like 80,000.
Reduced down to probably like half or even a quarter.
It's more like 80 to 70,000, I think. Like actual COVID deaths.
Yeah, like actual, like legitimate COVID deaths, not like you had, I don't know, like cancer and then died, and then they call it a COVID death because it was in the timeline of COVID.
Is it like you happen to have COVID when you got shot by this AK-47? I think you died from COVID.
Yeah.
If you didn't have COVID, that shotgun wouldn't have killed you.
Like you're riding on the streets and you have like the biggest mask on, like Joe Biden, for example.
Yeah.
you died because of like a pistol shot to the head by some cop, and they call you as a.
You died from COVID.
No, that's not it.
Oh man. I think, but seriously though, I think Trump did a great job. Trump did a great job with the COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
The reason why I say this is, number one, he banned all travel from China. As soon as they knew about it, they banned all travel from China.
Right.
Believe it or not, they actually knew about this since November. The government knew about this in November. And what they did is they said if it starts to spread, get more rapid, we're going to ban travel from China. And as soon as it got more spread, they banned travel from China.
Right.
The mistake I think he made is that he didn't ban travel from any of the European countries.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you with that. And
that's the only mistake I think he made. And when people say that he didn't take it seriously and called it a hoax, that's not what he said. He said that the seriousness of the COVID was a hoax. It wasn't as serious as people said it was.
Okay, I see you.
We go back to go ahead.
I also have seen people say that same thing basically, or rather the opposite of what you were saying, like Trump really knew about it all along and it's all Trump's fault, when in reality it was China for not really letting literally anybody else know. I think Chinese immigrants or something passed it on to Americans.
Well, see, they knew about it, and Trump said if it gets any worse, just let us know. We're gonna stop travel. And as soon as it got worse, they banned travel.
Right. Yeah.
Which is fine.
Right.
Democrats called them racist for that. Doing that, actually, by the way.
Yeah.
Nancy Pelosi, believe it or not, was actually the what do you call it? Chief enforcer of the COVID restrictions. She's the one who made it so companies had to close down stuff.
Yeah.
So when you're going to blame Trump for the unemployment and the economy, you can't really do that either. And you can't... Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah. And also to add to that, Biden literally called it xenophobic that you cut down the travel for China, because Joe Biden was literally the cheerleader for China this whole entire time, and nobody has seen it until COVID.
I mean, his son made millions trafficking prostitutes over there, so yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know. And, speaking of his son, I get so many comments on my Facebook post he shouldn't have bashed Hunter for his things in China. I'm like, yes, he absolutely should have. That was very terrible. That was a wrong move on Hunter Biden's thing, on Hunter Biden's I don't know, yeah, his personal life choices, that was not a good one.
No. But he got past that, so he's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he got past that. He's got past his drugs. Okay. So the liberals, like, they literally thought I was they literally thought Trump was bashing Biden's son about his like drug problems, which he really was not. He was bashing the fact that he like did the secret deal with Russia or China or whoever.
Well, it was the European countries. It was Eastern European
the
countries.
country,
There's multiple, like Ukraine, China, Russia.
Right, yeah, he was bashing him.
People who say that Trump was bashing him are completely incorrect, because if you listen to his exact words,
right,
you got to take what Biden said into consideration. Also, you got to think. All right, what did Joe Biden say? Joe Biden said, "My son, you called the military a bunch of losers and suckers," and then he went on talking about his son who won gold medals. We're talking about Beau Biden, by the way, not Hunter. And then Trump asked, he said, "Are you talking about Hunter? Because Hunter got dishonorably discharged for cocaine use, was unemployed, and then all of a sudden made millions of dollars as soon as you became vice president." Those are his exact words.
Yeah. Nothing about...
Tell me one part in that part saying right there, did he pick on him?
Yeah, no.
I don't think he did. When I listened to what he said, he was not picking on him.
Absolutely not. That was just stating something that has already happened. That is not picked on him at all.
And he was talking about Beau Biden, by the way. Beau Biden was an awesome soldier, did a great job in the military, lived an amazing life.
And then tragically died because I don't even remember. Wasn't it like cancer?
I think it was cancer. I can look it up real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He died in 2015.
What?
He died in 2015.
Oh, okay. Okay. Jeez, that was pretty recent. Wow.
No, like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that was pretty recent. Whew. Another funny point.
It was brain cancer. He died from brain cancer that he contracted in 2013.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. But anyways, another funny point was what I thought was, like, I think it was like one of the last things besides like, you know, the 8th grade submission, about the election, and then Kamala was like ranting on and on and on and on about something, or about the election. I don't remember exactly what she said, but then Mike Pence goes up and says,
I got a spam call, so it ended my video.
Oh my god.
I keep on getting calls, and it just...
Hey, since we're talking about the losers, can we go back to the comment? Trump calling the like the veterans losers and
what? The what?
Can we go back to like the cops calling to like the like Trump calling like the veterans like pigs and losers or whatever?
Yeah, we can do that.
Pigs. Well, no, I was just joking.
Yeah,
I was just joking because he said, "Oh my God, what a loser!"
Yeah, I did say that.
I'm like,
loser, man.
people say that like all the time. Why are you freaking out over this? And then you just say it now, and I'm like, can we go back to that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my God. Great.
I got a thing on my phone, and it detects spam calls. So if it's a bot call, it'll notify saying spam call.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to answer? And it's pretty cool.
Like,
it's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like. Wait, do you have a Samsung or do you have an iPhone?
S20. It's a Samsung.
The Samsung. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
I'm not a big fan of iPhones.
I'm not a big fan of Samsungs, but we can talk about that another time.
Okay. Fine with that. I just like Google better, and I like Microsoft as a company better. That's why I have a Windows computer, not a Apple.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, I get to play Fortnite, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
sad day, isn't it?
That's sad day, Apple. I mean, I don't like Apple. I don't like Apple for computers, honestly. Besides the fact that they're besides the fact they're generally more high end.
I've heard that the laptops are good.
Oh yes, the iMacs, absolutely.
Okay.
One of the best.
I've heard that their laptops were good, but their desktops were trash.
Oh my god, we have one for our church, and it's big. It's decent size. It's relatively new, but it's like it basically does like the work of like the laptops, and it's like really.
You got all this.
Really?
You have this giant PC, and it does like minimal work.
Exactly. Yeah, basically what it is. Anyways.
But I just get annoyed when the NBA has to be all political with the BLM. And yes, I think BLM's political because just if you want to donate, go to BLM.com and hit donate. And then look at what the website says. And then go to JoeBiden.com, hit donate, and look what the website says. It's literally the exact same website. The money that BLM gives goes to Democrats.
Guaranteed.
I actually made a video on it not too long ago, if you want to watch it.
Yeah, I saw that notification pop up.
BLM is more political than you may think.
Yes. BLM is political than you may think, yeah.
That was one of my videos I made not too long ago.
Yeah.
Because, like, people do not understand this crap. They're like, oh, BLM's not political, you're just racist. I'm like, no, I'm not. Look.
God, yeah, I know.
But they're just too afraid to open their eyes. My goal for this channel is to get someone who has the opposite views as me on my podcast. I really want to. Because so far I've had about 5 guests so far in 3 videos.
Okay.
And all of them conservative.
All of them, yeah. Yeah.
Because Democrats don't want to debate with me.
Yeah, I know.
I've not found a single Democrat who wants to debate with me. And as soon as we debate, they just call you racist and then say, I don't have enough time to educate you. And I'm like, no, you just don't want to look stupid. That's why.
I mean, honestly, it, I don't know how like popular you are on like socials or anything, but I've been constantly like posting on Facebook about like political stuff, and usually 1 or 2 or possibly even 3, depending on how many or what the occasion is of the post. Like hardcore leftist liberal. I've even met an anarchist who literally commented on one of my posts. I'm like, oh, great.
All right.
I mean, it's not like I didn't want to debate them, but it was like.
What town do you live in? You live in New York. You live in
PA.
You live in PA?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am north central PA.
Are you near Clark Summit?
No matter what?
Are you near Clark Summit? Like, how far are you from Clark Summit?
I don't know.
Okay. Because, like, I'm from Norwich, and there's this post, they were having a police pride parade. And there's this person who came up and was trying to disrupt the parade. And I commented on the post. This person wrote, no justice, no peace. And I said, what justice do you want?
Right. Yeah.
And they said, you should know. I'm like, what do you mean? And I just said, like, cops that do something bad usually get charged. I just think people do not understand what the definition of justice is.
Right, yeah.
Justice is not eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth.
Right.
Stupid
That's
phone
payback.
calls. I'm telling you, man. I'm sick of them. Alright, yeah, it's just...
Clark Summit.
But every time I was sitting there debating these people, and they don't understand anything. They're like, you don't know anything. You just think you know everything. I'm like, what do you mean I don't know anything? I literally read the police reports of majority of the shootings. Like, as soon as people are rioting over something, I'm gonna read the police report. I read the whole 60-page police report on the Breonna Taylor case.
Yeah.
All right, that's why I know so much about it. Same thing with George Floyd. I watched the police body cam. I read the police report.
Right.
That's why I know so much about it.
Yeah, I'm 2.75 hour.
Oh, okay. You're not
Clark
that.
Summit. Yeah, I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, I told you. I'm
You're in the
like
middle.
North Central. I'm north central.
Okay.
So I'm like right at the top of Pennsylvania in the center.
So you're like a little right from the Clark Summit there, depending on which direction you're facing.
On the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm west from Clark Summit.
Okay. But when I was debating these people, and they're like, "Oh, you need to read reliable sources. Stop getting on Fox News." I'm like, I don't even use Fox News. I don't use any news sources, by the way.
Yeah.
I do my own research. The only news sources I usually read are the Charlie Kirk, the Daily Wire, and Tater Report. Because those are the three that I trust the most.
I mean, if you're looking for something like to actually watch, like nationally, I would go to Fox News. Not like CNN, not like MSNBC.
No.
NBC. Oh my God, that's so horrible.
Did you? Oh wow, hold up. Did you see about the? There was a protest going on in Texas, and this guy had an AK-47 in his hand, and he pointed the gun at a car. And this guy rolled down his window and shot the guy. And NBC, or CBS, said, "Oh, this white nationalist was shot a BLM protester for no reason." I'm like, are you kidding me? No, that's not what happened.
Well.
It's just ridiculous. That's why I don't watch any news. I mean, Fox News is good. I like Tucker Carlson and the Tory girl there. Forgot her last name. But, like...
Kelly, question mark?
What?
Kelly, question mark?
I don't know.
Oh, no, that would be...
Tory. Tori.
Yeah, Tory, Tory spelling.
Hold on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's about all the topics I have.
Okay. Tommy Lauren. That's who she is. Tommy.
Oh, Tommy Lauren. Oh,
yep.
I
Tommy
said
Lauren.
Tory.
Yeah, I said Tory, but I was wrong. It's Tommy.
It's Tommy Lauren, yeah.
Tommy?
Or Tommy. Tommy, I don't know.
Tommy.
Tommy?
Tommy's a guy name, though, isn't it? Don't you think it's more of a guy name?
Tommy. I don't...
When I think of Tommy, I think of a guy.
Yeah, like Tommy, like I don't know, whatever.
That was
Besides
crazy.
the point.
All right, so I got home from school not too long ago, and when I got home from school one day, my Trump sign was kicked down. You probably saw it on Instagram or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
And oh man, I was angry. The guy's lucky I didn't catch him do it. The guy's lucky.
Yep.
Because he'd be a decoration on my lawn. But, anyways, it's just crazy how Democrats think. It's like, oh, if I kick down this guy's sign, maybe he'll be a Biden supporter. Like, no, that's not how it works.
It's like Side Wars, man. Oh my gosh, have you seen the John B. Christ Side Wars?
What?
Have you seen John B. Christ's video about Side Wars?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to send that to you after this. It's very good, very good.
All right.
Very good video.
Yep. But seriously though, like, you go to a restaurant, the guy spits in your food because you're wearing a Trump hat. It's like, oh man, you spat in my food. Well, I guess I'm a Biden supporter now. Like, no, that's not how it works. That's not how that works.
Oh my gosh, I want to listen to the mainstream media. I guess I'm a Biden supporter. I'm like, no.
No. I just don't understand what goes through a Democrat's head. It's like,
you
oh, maybe if
be an independent, for goodness sake. Like, honestly.
I just don't understand what goes through a Democrat's head. No joke. I was playing Among Us yesterday, and I made my name Mike Pence for, like, the sport during the debates. And they, no joke, said, if you're the imposter, kill Mike Pence. And they killed me this first round. And then I think one of them wrote, like, it felt so good to kill Mike Pence. Which is disgusting, by the way. It's like, you really think that it's okay to kill somebody just because you disagree with their it just doesn't make any sense to me. Anyways, and then the next game, they're like, oh, if you're the imposter, kill Mike Pence. The imposter couldn't get me. The imposter didn't get me. I did a med-based scan in front of 2 people, and they still voted me off. 2 of the people were good. 2 of the people were like, oh yeah, he's fine. But then it's just like,
The other 2 were like, no.
Just before a name, just for having a name. I'm willing to bet you if I put my name as Kim Jong-un, they wouldn't give 2 craps.
Or they would.
Or if I put my name as Baghdadi, Osama bin Laden, they wouldn't have given 2 crap. They wouldn't have given a single crap. But I put Mike Pence. And I actually asked him, like, why is Mike Pence so bad? And he goes, he's bad. I'm like, well, okay, yeah, I heard you the first time. Why is he bad? He's bad. Like, yes, I heard you the second time. It's just so ridiculous how Democrats act.
Yeah.
They hate people for no reason. Because there's an R next to his name. That's why they hate him, because there's an R next to his name. That's ridiculous.
Right, yeah. Like, who knows? They probably could have something in common with you. Who knows? Just because you hate Republicans doesn't mean that you have to hate every single Republican.
Like, I don't hate every Democrat. There was a Democrat running for office last year around November who I thought was actually pretty good. But she wasn't like a radical left. I forgot her name, but she wasn't like a radical left. She was just a person who was a Democrat who had different ideas. She was more of like a... Have you ever heard of the saying that this Democratic Party is not your grandparents' Democratic Party? Have you ever heard of that figure of speech before?
No,
okay.
Not.
What that means is, like, the Democratic Party that was in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s are way different than they are now.
Right, yeah.
So when you hear someone saying this Democratic Party is not your grandparents' Democratic Party, they mean that as in, like, they're much better. Or they were much better, and then now they're just ridiculous.
Right, yeah.
People who used to be Democrats are now Republicans. Because the Democratic Party has just... They are woke, let's just say that.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, you got Beto O'Rourke saying that he's going to take our AR-15s.
Yeah.
It's funny. The reason why he said he wants to take our AR-15s is because he said that our founding fathers didn't want us to have military-grade weapons. But you think, and I'm like, wait, muskets at that time were military-grade weapons.
Military-grade weapons, yeah.
And the community owned muskets. So I'm pretty sure the founding fathers wanted us to have military-grade weapons.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, what we can buy compared to the military, it's nothing. You can't compare it.
Right.
I mean, they have rocket launchers, we could buy a grenade launcher, actually. That's a lie. But they have, like, fully automatic guns, burst rifles, guns that hold 100 bullet clips. I mean, if you have a gun with more than 10 bullets in it, you can get arrested. But Beto O'Rourke thinks that we have military-grade weapons, and it's awful.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a funny video that happened yesterday. There's a funny video I saw. And there's this Bernie Sanders rally. And there's like a bunch of people in their cars. It was a car rally. Yeah. People were wearing their masks in their cars.
Oh.
Think about how ridiculous that is. And this Trump supporter walked up with a Trump flag and started waving it in front of the stage. And you couldn't even see Bernie Sanders.
That's amazing.
It was like that guy is an absolute legend. If the guy who did that is watching this video, please tell me, because like I want to shake this guy's hand. I want to shake this guy's hand. That guy's an absolute G.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Bernie Sanders is not terrible when it comes to Democrats, because like I get it. He's a good candidate. He has a brain in his head at least. He's not a walking corpse. But I just think that Bernie Sanders is just so hypocritical.
There's that, and he also tends to be, he has, like, I actually looked this up, like, he was, like, a pretty radical socialist, like, nearly communist.
Definitely.
And I was like, yeah, he's not exactly bad. This is slightly communist tendencies are what really is going to push you over the edge.
Same thing with an AOC. She's a communist pretty much.
Oh my gosh. AOC and the Green New Deal.
But Bernie Sanders is weird because Bernie Sanders says stuff, but then he like... it's like a preacher preaching a message and then doing the exact opposite of what his message says. That's how I look at it by Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Because Bernie Sanders would be like, oh, all people are equal. We shouldn't have anything else. We shouldn't have more than other people. And we should all have the same stuff. And it's like, yeah, you have a rocking sports car, an SUV, a private jet. You fly your private jet to the rally. You have a person drive you in your private limousine, drive all the way over there. And then you go on stage and talk about how much you hate capitalism.
Oh my gosh! Yep.
That's a lie. Or when he was ridiculing companies for paying their employees minimum wage, yet refusing to pay his own employees over minimum wage.
Oh my gosh! Yep.
It's ridiculous. Honestly.
Absolutely. Yep.
Or free college. Like, what do you think about free college?
That bad. Yeah.
What do you think about free college?
I mean, if government has the willpower to do it, then... Well, yeah. If government has, like, the willpower to do it, then I'd say yes. But there's...
Well, they don't.
Funding to the college. Where is that going to come from?
In my opinion, college should not be free. It should be cheaper. Because there is no reason that a college professor needs to be paid over $100,000 a year.
Absolutely, yeah.
No reason for that.
Wales. I mean, not Wales. Yale.
It's ridiculous.
When you
You
get
pay like
professional
$500,000. You pay $500,000 just to go to school, and you're not even guaranteed a position that you're studying for.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are on the streets because they went to college for a certain position, had good grades, but yet can't get the job that they want because the position's so common? Not common, but like so wanted. It's awful. Personally, I'm not going to college. I'm not going to college. I'm not going to touch that. But it's just, I feel like trade school is the best way to go. Trade school is the best way to go. Because when you go to trade school, you learn a trade and you can work for the rest of your life. You don't need to be hired. All right? You work for yourself pretty much.
Yeah.
Or okay, masks. Let's talk about that.
Oh my, masks.
Do you like them or hate them?
I think they were okay for like the first 4 months, and then like they like when let's say well, let's just use my own county for example. When Potter County turned yellow, like you could like still like go outside or whatever, but you still have to wear a mask. It's like, let's say for the swine flu, for example, thankfully it wasn't as contagious, or not as contagious, but not as widespread as the coronavirus. But the swine flu, they did not like mandate masks or shut down the whole economy. Well, half the economy anyway. They shut down like half the economy, and yeah, and that's probably gonna be our response now to like any like global wide pandemic from now on, and that's what's scary. It's not necessarily the masks; it's just the shutdown of everything.
And this is gonna last for years. Let's be honest here, because you look at any plague.
Yeah, it's never gonna go away. That's what my dad keeps on saying. It's literally never going to go away. You're just gonna have to
think about the plague. All right, any plague, the Black Plague, the plague of 1920, any of them, the pandemics. They don't just end quick. It takes like 5, 6, 10 years.
Possibly even more.
Well, the ones that I just pointed out were less than 10 years. That's why I said that. But possibly yes. We have good science technology now, so I highly doubt it would take that long. But it still can. And that's what scares me. Because there's no way that people need to be wearing masks. They don't even work for COVID. There's a disclaimer on the back of the box that says, do not use for COVID. Does not work.
Right, yep.
If a company's putting that on there, you probably should listen.
Yep.
When it's flu season, do you see people wear masks or do you see people get flu shots?
Well, now they wear masks, but before they'd get flu shots.
Exactly. So why should that change? And most people don't even get the flu shot, and most people who don't get the flu shot don't even die from the flu.
Or don't even get the flu, for crying out loud.
So like, why should we even worry about it?
Yeah.
So like COVID. Alright? You should be cautious. Trump said it the best. He said we should not be fearing the COVID virus. We should be cautious of it. He said this on Monday, I think. He tweeted this out. And people say all the time, like, oh, it's just a disclaimer. No, it's because masks don't work for COVID. Because if masks work, we would be using them. We would have been using them the whole time. We would have used them for Ebola. We would have used them for Zika. We would have used it for the swine flu. We would have used it for the flu. But they don't work. In my personal opinion, it's all about control.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think I'll end the podcast here. Will, thank you for coming on. And if you got anything to come shout out, you want to shout out your Instagram or anything like that, go ahead.
Absolutely.
All right,
Sounds good.
Go ahead and shout out anything you want.
All right.
Like, what's your Instagram, YouTube, anything like that?
Yeah. Oh wait, are you talking about me?
Yeah, you could say it.
Oh, okay.
You're good. You're good.
I'm sorry, I'm a little slow.
Yeah, you're good. You're not Joe Biden slow, so you're still kicking.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and you can shout out your stuff. Your Instagram and like, what is it? What's your YouTube and Instagram?
Are you responding to live comments or something?
No,
Oh.
I'm waiting for you to shout out your stuff.
Oh, mine is hold on. W Holcomb 17.
All right, that's your
And
Instagram,
then, that's my Instagram, yeah.
and your YouTube is just Will Holcomb.
My YouTube channel is well, it's now called Bedside Politics because that's gonna be my new podcast.
That's what politics?
Bedside Politics.
Bedside Politics. All right, go subscribe to Bedside Politics, and go follow Will Holcomb, 17 on Instagram.
Or W Holcomb, yeah.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Hope the video guys please comment, subscribe for more. I'm out. Peace. Vote Trump 2020. See you guys later.